So, Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is the game that changed everything I know about video games. I wanted to make this video for quite some time, and I'm really excited to finally sit down with you guys and take a look back at the Fallout game that introduced the franchise to a whole new audience. But, most importantly, how this game got me where I am today and helped reinvigorate my love for gaming. So, let's take a look at how this sequel came about. Now, to understand how Fallout 3 came to be, it's important to note where the Fallout IP was in the mid-2000s. Originally developed by Interplay, Fallout actually began life as an isometric turn-based RPG in 1997. Now, by the mid-2000s, after two mainline entries, Fallout Tactics and that one PS2 only game we don't talk about, the IP was pretty much in limbo. While Bethesda began to theorize their own post-apocalyptic RPG, the thought of acquiring Fallout became a reality, and eventually they got the IP and began development on the sequel Fallout 3 in 2004. But what took this sequel into the public eye to an even greater level than the original Fallout games? Most notably is the transition to a 3D first-person shooter. A lot of die-hard Fallout fans were hesitant to accept a more mainstream-friendly design change to their beloved franchise, but it clearly paid off. Having this newfound perspective in this post-apocalyptic wasteland was surreal. Imagine this was what you were used to with a Fallout game, and then suddenly you have this which literally throws you right into the action and makes it even more like you're encountering this new world with your own eyes. Bethesda clearly had a track record of these highly detailed worlds where you can do whatever you want and have absolute freedom of choice. Fallout 3 is certainly no exception to this, and it's absolutely one of my favourite aspects of the game. So why don't we dive a little further into this and take a look at some of my favourite moments of player choice. The first one that comes to mind is the quest Power of the Atom. This has become one of the most iconic quests in all of Fallout, and while the choice is honestly quite simple and black and white in comparison to other choices you make, its impact on your playthrough is highly significant. Basically, upon arriving at Megaton after leaving your home of Vault 101, you enter Moriarty's bar and encounter Mr. Burke, who tasks you with detonating the still active nuclear bomb in the centre of the town. Conversely, you are also offered a reward by the town sheriff Lucas Sims to deactivate the bomb. Now, this quest can go a few ways. You could simply deactivate the bomb, claim your reward, and also receive a free player home. Depending on if you already spoke to Mr. Burke, you can also report him to the sheriff and then he'll head to Moriarty's bar to arrest him. Now, this does have the potential for Mr. Burke to shoot and kill Lucas Sims, unless you quicker your VATS and take Mr. Burke out. So this is basically your good guy route, and honestly it's the one I use the most when playing the game because I feel bad even when I pick the rude dialogue options and upset the NPC. But what if you're doing an evil playthrough? Well, you can accept Mr. Burke's request to detonate the bomb by placing a fusion pulse charge on the bomb. Me and Mr. Burke are a short distance away at Tenpenny Tower, which offers a pretty convenient view of Megaton, and then you literally push the button and watch Megaton go up in a mushroom cloud. The choice nets you a hell of a lot of negative karma and is one of the most evil choices you can make in the game. This choice rewards you with some caps as well as a room at Tenpenny Tower, which personally I don't think quite has the same charm as the Megaton player home. Now, why do I love this quest so much? Well, being the good guy is probably the most boring choice you can make, but let's look at the impact that destroying Megaton has. Starting the game, Megaton offers quite a lot with multiple quests, whether it's the main questline pointing you there anyway in search of your father, completing the Wasteland Survival Guide with Moira, or even Lucy West tasking you with delivering a letter to her brother in Arafu and kicking off the Blood Ties quest. There's a lot to do in Megaton, but the game gives you the choice of basically writing off almost all of this content by blowing the town up. Now, it doesn't mean you can't complete things like the Wasteland Survival Guide, as rather horrifyingly, Moira Brown actually survives the explosion and becomes a ghoul, which allows you to continue her quest while being faced with a constant reminder of the horrors you released on this town. Even revisiting Megaton itself is a terrifying reminder of what you have done, with the town being even more of a crater than it started out as, and also being a radioactive hellscape. Not only does this act as a reminder for the atrocities you've done, you'll be pursued by the Talon Company for your crimes throughout the game. Admittedly, they'll also pursue you even if you deactivate the bomb, but either way, when you finally find your father, even he berates you for the decision to destroy an entire town. So this is possibly one of the biggest highlights of player choice in the game, but other worthy shoutouts include the choice to skip a hell of a lot of the main questline looking for your father. You can skip going to Megaton, going to Galaxy News Radio, Rivet City, all those locations searching for your father, and just head to Casey Smith's garage and find your dad in Vault 112. The quest will accommodate this and update accordingly, which is crazy since the game allows you to skip significant portions of content if you so wish. One of the most notable player choices though, is the fact that if you wanted to, you can pretty much kill everyone in the game. You'll probably break a few quests and limit your playthrough, but you can do it. Except kids, because they must have learned that lesson from Fallout 2. I've actually never tried this before, but maybe I should someday if I'm feeling sadistic enough. There's no doubt that back in the day, Fallout 3 offered an experience that was unrivaled in terms of freedom of choice, but that wasn't the best part of the game in itself. For me, the world and lore of Fallout 3 was like nothing I had ever experienced. For this game, probably my best experience with a large open world game would have been Grand Theft Auto. But the Capital Wasteland has such a sprawling map with what feels like an endless amount of locations and even unmarked areas to explore. To the uninitiated, Fallout has such an iconic and also quirky design. The post-1950s style atom punk world is so interesting and offers a really unique appeal that is honestly something I had never experienced in any other game. But what I really wanted to discuss is why this game means so much to me and how the game truly changed my life. So before I first played Fallout 3, I had kind of been out of the gaming scene for quite a number of years. But around the time I got my first full-time job, I managed to buy a PS3 and started to get back into gaming a little bit. However, it wasn't until I was recommended Fallout 3 that I truly got hooked back into it. So I picked up a copy, booted it up, and went through what in my opinion was some of the most transformative moments I have ever experienced as a gamer. So we all know and love the beginning of Fallout 3 where you're born in the vault, go through your early years, your 10th birthday, the GOAT exam, Eternal Snake's rule, and of course the escape from the vault. But upon exiting the vault and seeing the Capital Wasteland for the first time, I was truly shocked at how large this world is and have been hooked ever since. Getting into Fallout 3 then led me of course to Fallout 4 and even inspired me to get back into PCs and working with hardware, and a couple of years later leading me to start a YouTube channel and then even branching out to make gaming videos such as this today. I honestly attribute everything I love about video games and gaming hardware to Fallout 3, and I don't know where I would be without it. Of course, since I'm into the tech side of things, I have to talk about how this game looks and runs nowadays. So it's pretty well known nowadays that after the transition to Windows 10 onwards, Fallout 3 became notoriously difficult to run due to compatibility issues without games for Windows Live, which was a nightmare to work around. Now, as of the last year or two, Bethesda surprisingly patched this out, which does solve the issues I face personally, and on Windows 11 the game runs pretty well, but it's still a challenge for a lot of people today. Now, I'm not one to bash graphics, but of course, since this game came out in 2008, a lot of people may knock this game for not exactly being a looker, but with the amount of mods available, you are pretty free to make the game look a lot better than vanilla. But we can't not talk about that infamous green tint. Everything in this game is green, and is definitely an eyesore for some people. Now, I am really thankful that this changed when Fallout 4 arrived, but it's definitely one of the biggest jokes of Fallout 3 with how green everything is. Personally though, despite how the game looks a little dated by today's standards, I still find it so endearing, and the often cartoonish and chaotic nature of the creation engine is still one of my favourite aspects of this game. Closing things out though, Fallout 3 really does hold a special place in my heart. The amount of hours I put into this game and how it spawned my interest in the Fallout series as a whole is a testament to how well Bethesda brought this game to a modern audience. Even capturing the footage for this video has been a lot of fun, as I always enjoy starting from scratch and getting to a new playthrough. Something I may not have explained though is that Fallout 3 isn't actually my favourite game in the series, which might sound surprising. That spot is held by Fallout 4 for many of the reasons I attribute to Fallout 3, but also a lot of other things that it does really well, but of course, I'll save that for another video. So that's it for today's video. I've wanted to make this video for a very long time, and I'm glad I had the chance to share my thoughts with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to like and subscribe for more videos like this on the way very soon. Also, a huge shout out to all of you for all the support on my last video taking a look at Aperture Desk Job. I really did not expect that video to blow up like it did, and even helping to push the channel to the 100 subscribers milestone. This video was supposed to mark the occasion, but I kinda missed that as we're now at 250, which is crazy, but thank you guys so much for all the love. I'm hoping to post more regularly here, so keep your eyes peeled for more videos on the way soon. You can also check out my other channel, PC Jack, if you're interested in PC hardware and everything that entails. I'll include a link to that as well as all my socials in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.